I didn't know you spent your first year of high school in military school.
Yeah.
Tell me about that, because how did that end up happening?
Well, you know, it was the old thing with my...
Were you a troublemaker?
No, it wasn't a troublemaker. I wasn't applying myself, man, you know, to my studies. You know, it was all about girls, right? In high school? Come on.
When I was a kid, the threat was, if you don't get your act together, you're going to military school.
That's it. That was exactly it.
And that threat doesn't exist in today's world. Like, I don't think parents use that anymore. But so your dad said that to you?
Yeah, my dad and my mom were into that thing, and so they sent me to Brentwood Military Academy. You know, it's called Brentwood School now. I don't think it's a military school now, but
I know Brentwood School. I didn't know it was a military
it was a
academy.
military academy.
Really?
So they sent me there, you know, and there were no girls, and my grades improved dramatically, and then, you know, I went back to I could go back to normal school, you know, but. You know, I went to uni.
Yeah, uni high.
Uni high, you know, had some, you know, great times there. We had, you know, great folks.
It's funny to think of you in high school, because you go to uni high, your father's a famous actor. You're probably living pretty well at that point.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of that, you know, oh, you think you're so great, your dad is, you know, Mike Nelson from Sea Hunt, you know. And there's a bit of that, but you know, mainly all the challenges, it was all about girls, man. You know?
Yeah?
Yeah, heart troubles, you know.
And did you have a plan in high school of, I'm going to go act, or I'm going to?
Well, no, I resisted it quite a bit.
Because Bo was already doing it at that point,
He was
right?
doing it, yeah. And I resisted it because I didn't know what you know, it's like at that age, you know, you're thinking, well, what do I want to be when I grow up, kind of thing. And I didn't really know. But the acting thing was already put in motion. That had a lot of momentum going already. So it was kind of the path of least resistance, you know?
Yeah.
And I actually decided I was going to take the path of acting in a more serious fashion kind of late in my career. I had, you know, been already nominated for an Academy Award, did maybe 10, 15 movies.
Well, you were still deciding if you wanted to be an actor.
I was still deciding if I wanted to, you know, to pursue that, because I had other interests.
Yeah.
You know?
Back then, I don't think people were so specialized from an early age. You know, kids now, they feel like they have to know what they want to do by the time they're in middle school or something like that.
Or they now, one of the big gigs is an influencer, being an influencer.
Right.
You're an influencer. Maybe we all are influencers.
On different levels of
I think so. But what an interesting
yeah.
gig, you know, for a kid to say, I want to influence people. It's kind of fascinating. You know, it brings to mind one of my heroes is Bucky Fuller. Operating Manual for Spaceship Earth was one of his big books, I think in the 60s. But he made a wonderful discovery looking at, I think it was the Queen Mary, one of these huge ocean-going liners. And he said the engineers were challenged by how to move this giant ship. You know, the rudder to move it was so huge that it took too much energy to make it make sense. So they came up with a brilliant plan of putting a little tiny rudder on the big rudder. So the little rudder turns the big rudder turns the ship. And that little rudder is called a trim tab. And Bucky said, that's a wonderful metaphor for how the individual affects society and culture, that in fact we're all trim tabs or influencers.
Isn't that interesting? And
we're connected to larger groups of people that may be more powerful than us, that we can affect, and then they can affect the whole thing. And so when I think about that, you know, being an influencer is not such a bad thing to be when you really take it seriously.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you like what you just saw, then why not subscribe? Click right here for lots more off camera. And if you want to see the hour-long version of these conversations, I'm going to give you the secret link. Here it is, offcamera.com. Check it out.